Hey there, welcome to the August the 14th, 2019 Common Sense News. Larry Richardson here, and today's segment is going to be on the subject. Actually, it'll be just updates on the Chicago gun violence that we did Monday, and we're also going to take a little look at the Jeffery Epstein saga. So let's get started. In Chicago, the number of actual shooting incidents and the number of people that have been wounded and injured and the number of people that have died as a result of those incidents during the month of August so far is I found impossible to get accurate figures. I used several sources: the Chicago Sun-Times, CNN, ABC, the AP, Wire, and tried to go through and find definitive data and definitive numbers from the 1st of August on. But because some report en bloc as a weekend activity or a weekend event, and others report as individual daily events, and then some report some of the events and then have at the end, 30 other people were wounded over the weekend, etc., etc. There is charting them out and trying to nail them down and get accurate numbers. At this point, you just can't do it. So maybe next month, when they release the monthly total or monthly rundown of what happened in August, maybe we can get some accurate numbers. Right now, let's just say that there's too many shootings, too many of them being 3 or more victims, and too many of them involving deaths, and all of them just about involving, well, you saw my last episode on Monday. Just check it out. So Chicago is crazy off the charts. I didn't even look into the details in Baltimore and the other cities. I just picked on Chicago, to be honest, because it's Obama's hometown, and I don't like Obama much. So anything I can do to highlight his stomping grounds from where his early political career was, I take pleasure in that. Just a disclaimer here. Now, looking at Jeffrey Epstein, I ended the Jeffrey Epstein episode with the caveat that I was going to wait for the investigation to determine what happened and see what transpired before I made any real comments or commentary about his situation. He's dead. I do believe that. I don't think that it was a faked thing. Possible it could have been. I will leave the door open for that, but I don't think that's what happened. But what I do think, or what I do believe is is accurate, is that if it was a nefarious situation, if somebody got in there and offed him, there's a money trail, and the investigation, I believe, under Attorney General Barr, will find that money trail. I think it's virtually impossible with the banks not only being required to report every transaction of $200 or more to the federal government, the banks are also told to report anything, any transactions that they think are suspicious looking to the federal government. So we'll just have to wait and see what the FBI finds out. Now, beyond the gun violence and the Jeffrey Epstein situation, let me remind you, I am still deeply concerned with the influx and the incursion of Sharia into our society. I've seen what happens to countries over in Europe when they didn't stop it in the bud. If they didn't nip it in the bud early, you see what's going on over there. And I, for one, do not want that to happen here. Basically, because if it does, sooner or later, there are some American patriots that are going to say enough is enough. They're going to pick up some weapons and start a guns and bullets war against all Muslims. I don't want to see that. Number one, I don't think all Muslims are culpable. And number two, or maybe I can switch those around, number one, I don't want to see a war-type situation happen right here in the United States where it could affect my grandchildren. I don't want them to have to live in a war environment. 2 years in Vietnam kind of turned me against war a little bit. Okay? So, here we go. Check out www.ourstab.com. At least, the least you can do is just sign up. Doesn't cost a penny, and it adds numbers to our voice. So we'll have a stronger voice when we talk about the matter to politicians or other news media sources. As always, thank you much for watching. Have a great day. And by the way, please subscribe to this channel. We don't monetize. We don't get a penny from YouTube or advertisers or anything. But the more subscribers we have, when others watch us and see the number of subscribers we have, the larger the number, the more it encourages and kind of entices people to subscribe themselves and keep track of what's going on right here on Common Sense News. So let me say again, have a great day.